So in this video, I cover a question that I get a lot through the years about the domino, but particularly the tenon and how to choose the right tenon. Always remember this, the precision is on the machine.
All right, Sedge, project coming up. How do I decide which domino to use?
Okay, it's the third, and the third rule.
Say what?
Okay, so in woodworking, when you're creating a mortise and tenon joint, you measure your board, and this is 18 millimeters, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna divide it. Look, see this right here? Just like this, I'm just gonna use my finger just to get a rough, okay? I divided it in 3, okay? So if I'm gonna cut a mortise there, I'll cut it right there on those 2 lines, right? Mm-hmm. So let's simplify it for the domino. What's 18 millimeters divided by 3?
6.
Okay, so, and if I was using a typical rule of thumb for plywood construction, I would fault down 1, okay, because of the plunge setting on the domino. Hear me out on this. If I use the 6x40, which is traditional, okay, I would put it in here, and this would be my shoulder, that would be my shoulder, and that would be where my tenon lies. But what's the thickness of this?
18.
Okay, so here's the problem that I have had, and I've seen people over the years have. If I use a 6x40, they automatically divide it by 2, okay, and they set their plunge depth at 20 here.
Okay.
So guess what they do? They plunge this way, but then they plunge this way, and now they have a through tenon when they're doing casework. Oh. So what I always default on when I use when I'm building casework, which you're getting ready to do at your shop at home, is I always use a 5x30. Okay. Because I have less tendency to forget when I'm using this tenon and setting my plunge depth. I'll set it at 15 and I'll be safe in the plywood. I could go 15 and 15.
Ah, makes sense.
Okay, and I'll confuse you even more in a few minutes. All right, so this is a 5x30. 5 being the thickness.
Yep.
Okay, and here's where the first myth I want to blow away on this. When I keep saying this precision of the machine, this does plunge exactly at 15 millimeters.
Okay.
But the tenon saying 30, here's the myth. It's not exactly 30. Oh. 30 is just more easily divisible. What festool has done is they've made this a little bit shorter. And this is actually, Chris, can you come in here? It's actually 28 millimeters long, 30. So when we look, and here's some of the other myths that I've seen over the years, and I'm going to try to draw it. A lot of people don't know what the mortise looks like. They think it looks like a big dovetail like this. No, not at all. Some people think it looks like this with a big arc there. No. What we have right here is we have a very slight arc, and hopefully I'm drawing this. It's very slight. So if I take this tenon, it's right here and right here is 15 millimeters. So it seats at the very bottom, and you see right here, okay, it allows for glue to come up. And if I can just color this ever so slightly, there's little ridges in here. Hey, how about this? See the little ridges? Yep. If you put too much glue in a mortise, it'll just come out like that, and hydraulic pressure will push it out. What festool does is they accommodate for the glue in case people put too much glue in there, and that's why the length is just a little bit shorter. So always remember the precision's on the machine.
Yes, sir.
So remember, it's a third, and a third when you're choosing it, but there's also, you can default for plywood, it's a 5x30. And always remember, oh God, I've probably said this 100 times in this video already, the precision's on the machine. Remember, let's say I'm using a 10x50. 10 is the thickness of the tenon, 50 the length. Mm-hmm. Okay, but 50 is not really the length. What is it?
48.
Perfect. So that's how you start to choose, and hopefully that helps you choose for the right domino.
Sounds good.
One more myth that I want to blow out of the water while we're here is, I've seen this 100 times, where you're dry fitting a tenon and it's really tight. Right. Okay. I see people going like this, and you remember, that's the face of the domino. That is where you have your long grain to long grain adhesion. So what they do is they sand the face of it like this, and they put it in, and then all of a sudden they use it but they have lost the adhesion point. So what I like to do is, I'm going to point it out on this larger one. There's a little rib. See that right there? So when you're dry fitting and you don't want to lose that point, you can either sand it, or what I like to do is just take my little block plane and knock that nib off of there really quick, just like this. Okay, and you'll see when you're dry fitting, and you can still use the same tenon, that slips in there really nice. You can remove it, but you can use the same tenon, because now I still have that long grain to long grain adhesion, and I haven't ruined the project. So there's another myth. So as you can see, that's a couple myths. Hopefully that helps you out. Hopefully it helps you out. About trying to pick the right tenon. As we start building more stuff this year, you'll see how we choose the right tenon for the domino joiner. And as we always say on this channel,
be positive
and stay sharp.